Now, one of the things we're doing is meeting the various people who are part of making this event happen, and I've got one such person with me right now. It's Daniel, and he's from Bristol Regional Environmental Records Centre, and he's got a map. And this is really important because actually, part of this was created as a result of Festival of Nature last year, so you better explain what we can see.
Yep, okay, so what we've got here is all of the data mapped from the festival last year. All the data we collected on our big map. We've since put that into our database, and it's all mapped out here, as you can see. So this is all data from members of the public. We collected 339 records last year. We're hoping to beat that this year.
So people came up to you. I remember you had this ginormous map about twice the size of me, and they came up and told you about some of the wildlife that they'd seen, and importantly, where they'd seen it.
Absolutely, yeah. So that we can then map that all out. That goes into our massive database that we've got back at the office. Over 2 million records. And this helps to contribute to planning decisions. We can neat segue to the book.
Just before we talk about the book, in terms of the planning decisions, so it's all about understanding the habitats,
absolutely.
the wildlife that may be there, and some of them are protected, so we especially need to look after them and not disturb their environment.
That's right. It's about understanding that data, understanding the changing patterns over time, and what we're doing to the environment and how that might affect the species on the ground.
Can we just have a look and just run through some of the names of creatures that were mentioned? So I can see otters there with a lovely yellow star.
Yep, so down here we've got American mink actually, and the otter will drive out the American mink. The American mink, as the name suggests, not a native species. It will kill off our native water voles. So where you've got otters recolonizing, they will drive out the American mink, and therefore the water voles will come back.
And in terms of the area that we're looking at here, what bit of the map have we cut out?
Right, so this is what used to be Avon. So we've got Bristol in the middle, North Somerset, Bath and North East Somerset, and South Gloucestershire.
And I think what might surprise people, I mean, maybe it partly indicates who comes to Festival of Nature, so lots of people from Bristol. But there are loads of yellow stars indicating lots of wildlife in a city.
Yep, absolutely. So this is a part of the caveat of the data that we have to look at. It's as much about people's recording effort and where they record as much as the data itself. Now, we can take that into account when we do any analysis and work that kind of thing out. But yes, it would be nice to get more data from these more sparsely populated areas.
Okay, so the word is, if you've seen any wildlife, come and tell us what you've seen, where it is. It might be rabbits, it might be sparrows, could be absolutely anything.
Absolutely.
But you would really like to know, and then you and the team record it, put it into a giant map like this. And it's really important that we know what's out there.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
come along and have a word with the Bristol Regional Environmental Records Centre today. You have got a book under there.
I have got
What's
a book
this all
under here.
about?
So this is another example of how the data gets used. Distribution atlas of dragonflies and damselflies in this instance. So this encourages further recording and lets the people who've submitted records before know that their efforts are not going to waste. And it's also a really nice book.
Yeah, and gives people the chance to learn about a
Absolutely,
creature
yeah.
that they might not know very much about. But it's absolutely beautiful to watch. There's nothing nicer on a sunny day than sitting near some water and watching damsel and dragonflies.
I agree, yes, absolutely. Yep.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Daniel. Very nice to meet you. I hope that we beat that record. What have we got? We've got to get... We want over 400 really this weekend, don't we?
Come and see us with our big map, and we'll find out what you've seen and stick some records on there.
Okay, thank you, Daniel, for now. That's excellent stuff to hear about the work of you and the team.